Well, my name is Russell Spatz, and I really do appreciate the privilege of being able to address you guys, as I said, for at least 2 or 3 hours, however long I have today. I just want to give you the facts. I'm 58 years old. I'm married for 26 years. I've got 4 children, 2 grandchildren, no, 4 grandchildren, and 2 more on the way. So by December, God willing, I'll have 6 grandchildren. And it is a privilege to be here, because I never want to forget that a little over 26 years ago, I was stumbling around drunk at 31 years old in an apartment about 2 miles down the road here, and I went to college, and I did very well in college. I did very well academically, and I'm not going to go through all that, but ultimately I graduated the University of Miami, became a lawyer, went to work for Dick Gerstein and Janet Reno in the state attorney's office, became a division chief in that office, was, quote, outwardly successful. Had you asked me how I was doing, I would have told you I was doing very well. As a matter of fact, I would have told you I was doing very well had you asked me or not. But the bottom line is I ultimately got married to a wonderful girl, had a beautiful child with that young lady, and ultimately drunk my way out of that marriage. It's very simple. She said, "You come home drunk one more time, I'm going to leave you." I came home drunk, and she left me. At 31 years old, I found myself alone in an apartment, what I lovingly called my bachelor pad. This was going to be my ticket to stardom, in Coral Gables, Florida, all alone, on or about Christmas time. I'm not sure the exact day. It was late at night, having been kicked out of a party at another party, sitting alone drinking at 3 o'clock in the morning, watching TV. And of course, back then, 26 years ago, at 3 o'clock in the morning, if you watched TV, this was pre-cable. The only thing they had on at 3 o'clock in the morning were preachers, evangelists. I don't know whether you want to call them television evangelists or what, but I have a feeling they knew what audience they were preaching to. And there was a gentleman, the way I remember it, on the TV at that time who was a preacher, but he preached maybe in a different way, or maybe they say when the pupil's ready, the teacher will appear. Maybe I had always been surrounded by preaching like this, but maybe I just didn't hear it because I was too busy doing something else. But it seemed to me, instead of preaching down to me or at me, he was sort of giving his testimony. His testimony was similar to my testimony, and what I heard is that I could have a different life. And so at the end of that testimony, because of what that man said, I got down on my knees and I said the sinner's prayer, and I gave my life to Jesus Christ. Now, I got to tell you something. When you're a Jewish kid from New York, you got to be pretty desperate to do that kind of stuff. That's kind of hard to explain unless you've been in that deal. But I was desperate. And you know something? You don't need to be smart in order to give your life to Jesus. Desperation is good enough. I see these guys, I see other guys trying to carry the gospel message to people that aren't interested because they can't wait to get to their golf game, and they're trying to explain it, and they're trying to pontificate, and they're trying to draw parallels, and they're trying to put things together and say it logically. And I say, oh, just give me a guy in a foxhole, Ain't nothing like being broken. I'm a big believer in brokenness, and I now know that I was given a great gift to allow to be broken.